Edward Gaming split looked horrible, and if it even looked just half decent, they might have had a real chance at beating Paper X in the upper final. Now, if you remember this BO3, Paper X kind of threw Breeze, in my opinion. I'm going to make a separate video about this map later. Fracture was close, and Split was just a disaster, especially in this first half. EDG's attack was abysmal, and it's actually for a reason. They actually made a mistake that a lot of lower ranked players make when playing this map, and I believe that had Edward Gaming just gone mid like a single time in any of these rounds, I think they would have had a chance of beating Paper X and making it to the grand final. So why is mid so important on Split? Well, as a matter of fact, it is so important that it's literally the name of the map, Split. You want to split the defense into like a 2-3 or, you know, vice versa, 3-2. And from there, the offense can kind of do whatever they want, right? You can go into a B split, you can go B, you can go A. But the reason why we don't see mid taken all the time in professional play is because double duelist comps allow you to kind of just make it through these tight, narrow chokes and just slam the site as fast as possible. Now, when you don't threaten mid ever and you just slam sites over and over and over and over and over again, the defense are just going to rotate through mid and be at the other site to contest your hits almost instantly. And in this game that I'm about to show you, Edward Gaming quite literally only went mid on pistol and the round after, but it was their eco, so they kind of just, that round doesn't really count in my books. But every round after that, not a single time for the rest of this half did they go mid. And I'm going to show you guys why not going mid can destroy your split games. And the best part is that Paper X knows that EDG doesn't like going mid, and you can tell by their poison orb placement. So 9 times out of 10, you'll see Vipers place their poison orb in mid, and what this does is by flipping up and down, you can grant your team a safe passage to rotate quickly, right? Because an attacker isn't going to dry swing out of this, otherwise it'll be like super low HP and they'll probably die. But this round, the Paper X expect EDG, and for most of this half, Paper X expect EDG to just slam B, and if you look at, just watch for Viper's Poison Orb. I'll point it out to you, but you'll see what I'm saying later. So the offense quite clearly they want to go slam B. See the flash, see the satchel, see the teleport. Forsaken TP's away. And look, you can see the Poison Orb is already in the choke. It's already bloomed, and you can see that the defense are already on their way, right? And it's going to be kind of hard, but try to watch how Sky and Raze like rotate through mid, and notice how they're here like just in time to destroy Paper X's execute. And by say, or Paper X's hold, right? But the issue with this is that Forsaken trolls a little bit. In a perfect world, your Omen, your site anchor would just back off and play backside so that your teammates can get here in time to flood in and fight. But Forsaken decides to back out of the Poison Orb and just teleport up to the tower for some reason, or Tetris, whatever you want to call that. And they end up losing this round, unfortunately. Now, the main reason why I wanted to show you this round, despite Paper X losing, is that I just wanted you to see like how fast the rotates were able to get here, right? The rotates are in heaven. Now we have time to actually like focus on how Sky and Raze kind of just rotated through mid. They popped a flash. They already like, imagine Omen is like still backside and Viper is like still like not having to deal with both of these lanes. Sky and Raze are here in time to like help and do something, right? We can dog out of the smoke. We can just jump out of the smoke. We can throw a nade on default, throw a nade into this area. Again, you need mid on this map, but you also need to not troll rounds like Paper X loves to do. And now, yes, this round is like a half buy / eco, and yes, Paper X are already like starting mostly towards A, but I want you guys to see like EDG for sure this round and know that there's going to be like 4 or 3 people here. Like they're going to see them, right? And you would think that after seeing so many people stack towards A that you would try and like fake or mid default or just default, right? But no, EDG are slamming A, and just look at how fast Paper X are here. There's no pressure made anywhere else. And like, yes, Paper X have bad weapons. So like EDG end up taking site and run over Forsaken, who only had a sheriff. But look at how long Paper X considered like mid for. They considered mid for like maybe like a second. Look in mid. You'll see the one way from Omen and you see a Sky Flash. And after that, nah, they're already going A. Like, they know EDG don't like playing mid ever. They're just going to go A. And just the stack's already here. So, Forsaken goes down. But because most of the paper X are here in time, they're able to start the retake a little early and start flooding into parts of the map like A main. Now, you're going to see Jing, he gets a kill with a bandit. You don't see that in A main. We don't see a lot of these kills, unfortunately. But we found a kill. We take A main. This part of the map secure. And now with this part of the map, we have now boxed EDG into this area. And when you're boxed in an area, chat, you know as much as I do that you need to fight one side or else you're going to get crunched, right? And what do EDG not do? They don't fight anywhere. Look, they're dying in elbow. They're dying in spawn. They're dying, or I mean from A main. They're getting shot at. It's a 2 versus 2. Paper X wins in these situations. We have to burn our Sky ulti because we didn't take space or make pressure anywhere else to start the round. And now, unfortunately, it turns into a 1 versus 2 and Devi's 1 HP, and Paper X loses this round as well. But again, it is really important to show you guys just how important mid control is on this map. Otherwise, you're going to run into a stack. Sorry, that Windows sound was me. I hit a key or something. So Paper X take an early timeout, and out of their timeout, their setup looks like this. They have 2 on B, Viper starting in spawn. I think she's like a little late to the setup, and Jet is holding mid. But I want you to notice, while the defense is like rotating over to A, right, because they know EDG are just slamming sites, so they know mid is like not like a thing to worry about. Notice how none, and I mean none, of Paper X even consider even looking at vents or anything during this retake. They're all focused on this part of the map. Watch. Jet never looks over her shoulder once. Raze doesn't look over her shoulder once. Omen doesn't look over his shoulder once. Not a single time is Paper X ever like worried about a lurk or worried about anything. They just go. They just fly out of heaven, right? And the retake is strong, dude. Like, listen, this was a good pre-fire from Smoggy. It was a Razult versus Razult battle. Trades are going down. Things are about to get really hectic. But the main thing I want to point out is that not a single person is even worried about vents or getting backstabbed ever. So the Paper X have a good retake. Again, they had all 5 here just in time for the retake. And again, when do EDG ever consider that they need to create some form of pressure anywhere else in the map? Or are they just going to keep hitting sights and lose the game? It's another full buy, which means it's another round of EDG not going mid. They are slamming A as fast as possible, while Paper X are set up in a standard 2-1-2. Nothing too crazy. But watch how, as the round starts, Devi rips his Viper's Pit, and it clogs up all of mid, right? Which is great and all. The offense, in the meantime, are slamming A, and they're just running into Jing spam. He knows that they're just going to slam sites, so by spraying a Phantom into this area, you're bound to do a lot of damage. And that's what he did. But the main focus of this round, the main thing I want us to focus on this round is this Viper, who is who's anchoring mid. Because what Devi does is he realizes that the offense are just slamming A. That's what EDG do. They don't put anybody mid. And this guy just straight up keys out of his Viper's Pit. Like, he just walks out. He walks all the way down. He's not worried about a guy here. Like, yeah, he's looking that way, but like, he's not worried about a guy here. He's not worried about a guy here. He walks so far. And look, we're 25 seconds into the round, I think, if I can do math properly, and the EDG are totally boxed in. We have an op posted on the vents rotate. We have Devi posted up down here. We have a person watching spawn, and we have a Sky watching and Omen watching heaven. So it's like 25 seconds in, and Paper X have EDG in checkmate because they never took mid, because they never applied pressure anywhere else. Now, this round starts to fall apart a little bit for Paper X because eventually you're going to see EDG have cut noise. Maybe they're waiting for somebody to peek or something to happen, but it's a 5 versus 3, and Paper X aren't that stupid. So I'm going to go ahead and skip forward a little bit. So a smoke appears right here, right? And Paper X start considering that because Devi hasn't seen anything and something hasn't seen anything, that it's possible that the attackers could like leak out this way and go hit B and like backstab something and just like ruin the entirety of Paper X's setup, right? So because of this possibility, you know, you see the pings, like they're considering it, like they're pinging, and then you see like the danger icon. You see something back off and pick up this line. But what this does, this one smoke, is it opens up the vent rotate, and it allows allows EDG to rotate out and get to B safely. So again, just because these like rounds are close, or like just because like you find gaps in setups, or like because EDG have 3 rounds, that doesn't mean they're not doing anything wrong, right? Like on the macro sense, you know. And I think that's where a lot of players, they think that because they won the round, or like they did well, or the round was close, that they didn't do anything wrong macro wise. So it's whatever. So Paper X have to gear up for the retake. It's a 5 versus 3. Jenny has to go make a play. All of EDG have to go make plays. Something gets a collateral, and that's the round. So take mid on split. So now EDG take their own timeout, and this is the round. This is the round right after. So I think PaperX talked about how like they EDG haven't gone mid a single time, so they have more players leaned towards mid and A, and they're leaving B completely open, naked for retake. But EDG aren't going mid at all. They're just going to slam B. And once PaperX realize this, you're going to see how fast the rotates are going to be here and how potent this retake is going to be. So we see the Omen ult, we see flashes, we see boombots. B is being stormed. But again, because mid is just butt naked. Look at how the defense just disrespect this mid rotate. Jing is just running. He just runs across mid. Sky, like, they send a boombot out, right? Sure. But like Sky just runs across mid. You have 4 PaperX players here ready to contest this plant. Look, the nade's already primed and ready to go. And Kong, like, where is he going? Like, where is he going on this? Let's rewind. What is his plan here? Like, we made pressure nowhere else. There's going to be, like, where do you think the defense are? Just like 5 stacked A out of a timeout on a full buy versus like a half buy? So, huh? Why are we not going mid? Like, in our ranked game, like, and then the retake starts, and then PaperX just dookie all over these guys. So I'm not going to talk too much about it, but it's like, even in our ranked games, like, when something doesn't work, or when things, like, stop working, even, like, our randoms start saying things like, hey, can we try mid? Hey, can we default mid? I mean, at least I do. At least I say that. So it's like, now we have to save. Chichu's half HP, and now it's 6-3. At what point do we try exploring this middle part of the map? Well, it ain't gonna be this round, because EDG are slamming B again, which I'm not entirely against doing this again because it worked so horribly. You know, let's try it again. The defense won't expect it because they aren't. As you can see, B is just butt naked again, and PaperX are expecting, like, yo, your side hits aren't working anymore. When are you going to come mid? And that's usually the game plan for these double duelist comps. You know, let's slam A, let's slam B over and over and over again until the defense can prove that they can hold our hits. It's like, okay, they can hold us, so now let's default to mid. And PaperX have been holding them. Look, they've been destroying their hits and their whatever. So at what point? And, like, to be honest, like, PaperX did troll one of these 3 rounds, so this really should be like 7-2. But regardless, PaperX are expecting mid again. B's butt naked again, right? So let's take a look at what happens. Now, EDG do have a lurk over towards A. I believe this flash tagged Chichu, which is crazy that he just... Yeah, I'm pretty sure he gets flashed, and then he peeks, like, right away, which is crazy. Like, don't you think, like, you would wait a little bit or just, like, leave? Like, you made a question mark here. Like, why peek and stuff? So... a little strange. Now, the rest of EDG have to go B. There's no other map control. They have to. But now PaperX are up a player in this retake, so they're going to have to make a play. Again, the Poison Orb's here. Even PaperX know they don't need the fat Poison Orb here. They don't need it. EDG aren't going mid. Let's just use it to stall out on B or use it for our retakes. So, and like, you would think, like, EDG realized that, like, after running into stacks, having, like, being dookied on by coordinated set retakes, and seeing things like this Poison Orb, you would think that, like, somebody on EDG, their coach or Kong or Chichu or somebody, not nobody, would say that, like, hey, we need to go default mid or go do something else, right? Now, EDG are down a player, they go push spawn, they flash through, they flashed a second ago. PaperX hear this flash, right? So obviously they're expecting this push, and the retake's nice. I mean, like, listen, EDG are playing poorly, but PaperX are also playing great. Something has a Blade Storm because he has an op, right? He's jumping around. Device letting something go first. He's jumping around, right? He's creating a distraction for him, and Jing is just jumping on people like a pogo stick. He's bouncing on it. Again, PaperX look good and EDG look bad. Now, thankfully, EDG changed up their game plan a little bit, and you would think, oh, yes, now is the time that they'll go mid, right? On Pistol Round, I didn't show you guys this, but they used this Viper Wall to, like, fly up ramp and wrap mid this way. Like, that was pretty sick. So, like, here you would think with Omen in this position that he's ready to do it again with his fat paranoia, right? But no, that's actually not what's going to happen. So, PaperX are ready to fight this A hit. They got one person in mid, right? They don't really have much defending mid. They throw a one-way down here. Now, EDG made, like, a little bit of noise on A. They created a little bit of pressure. Nothing, like, too crazy to drag, like, the entire VD of PaperX over. They dog through. They see Viper. They're not really that threatened. Jing sends out his Boombot, grabs the ult orb. We're dogging over on B, which is nice, right? This is like a kind of like a total, like, full map default, which is different. It's nice. It's different. but we're not actually like taking this space or like holding on to any of this. We're kind of just like dipping our toes in the water. We're feeling out the temperature, right? So, but this does get Paper X to rotate, and they are a little bit concerned about mid, but once this poison orb goes up, they clear close. Like, they're not really too worried about any of this. Sky is soloing this A line now at this point, and you're going to see that something is calling out how he sees nothing B, so it's not B as of right now. And look at what's happening in mid. Look at this. We are so, like, just so unafraid of mid that our Viper, our anchor, our defensive specialist is walking down mid into an area where she should not be. She should not be in this area, right? But that's Paper X just aren't afraid. Something unluckily misses the shot, and our Viper just realizes, like, yeah, they're never going mid ever. So he takes all this space. The only thing that pushes him back are these Seekers, right? The Seekers call him out that he's flanking. But look again. All of Paper X are here in time. All of them. All 5 players. You got 2 here, 1 there, 2 here. Everybody's ready to go. And dumpster on EDG as they're planting the spike. Here comes the paranoia. Here comes the flash. Here comes Jing with a rocket launcher. He's flying in. He kills 2. The paint shells go in. Kong trying to get his. The nades keeping him out of the pit. So Jing gets a 3rd. Best race player in the world by a mile. Now, what time do we send like a lurk? Now, I don't want to sit here and pretend like every round from EDG was bad, because, I mean, like, they're going A again, which obviously isn't great. You should try and pressure mid. There's already 3 here, soon to be 4 if Raze just takes her up and goes in the vent. But they actually have a pretty sick execute, and I wanted to show you guys this. And they had a sick pistol round too. Again, by using this wall to like split and go into vents. I thought that was really cool. But this execute's cool too on A. So the round's gonna start. We see a flash up ramp, tag somebody, paranoia. This allows Kong to move up ramp, and but the play isn't to like to take ramp. It's to get to this position so that Kong could soar onto this little ledge, and watch what he does from here. Right, he doesn't have to use his updraft. He uses a second updraft and absolutely destroys Devi. So Paper X have all the sight, and I mean that's just a crazy first blood. And now Paper X don't have their retake wall, which is obviously a big part of their plan. Vipers usually are a big part of the retakes, but EDG's execute was just really clean, basically Kong. But Jing's flying in, right? Trades are going down. EDG are winning their gunfights, right? 3 versus 2. Smoggy gets his, nice, 3 versus 1, last person screen, and EDG cleans up nicely. So yeah, chat, you need to take mid on split. Who would have thought? Now, if you want to see an EDG masterclass and not a disaster class, watch this video here. EDG played really well. And if you want to watch my watch parties, or yeah, if you want to join my watch parties, those links are in the description. Check them out.